Hello! Hi guys, it's Namco4 here with the Samsung Galaxy S4 Active. Now we all know this device is IP67 certified, which essentially means it can withstand water up to a meter deep for upwards of 30 minutes at a time, and it retains its functionality once you remove it. But let's take a look at what does and doesn't work underwater, that is. I've got the device's back cover here firmly clicked in around all the sides, and as per the instructions along the back here, made sure it's clicked in just underneath the camera here. The USB cover is firmly sealed as well along the back. And just while I've got it here, I've got it hooked up to my Wi-Fi, and it is synchronized with my wireless Bluetooth keyboard. So without further ado, we'll just leave it, there we go, in the vase full of water. The first thing I want to test to see if text messages actually can be received by the S4 Active underwater. And you should have already heard that. That's the notification message that's come down to say I've received a text message. So let's see if we can go into the application itself and see that text message. And there we go. Let's go into the application. So let's see if we can click actually into the message. And boom, there we go. It says underwater test received by the Galaxy S4 Active here. So we'll come out of that application itself. While we're here testing out the phone capabilities, I'm just going to make a test phone call from my secondary device. See if the S4 Active can receive the phone call actually underwater. See if we can actually hear anything as well. And hey, you can hear my ringtone playing there. See if it allows me to pick up the phone call. Screen's gone off. Yeah, oh, comes back. I'll turn on the speaker because the phone call's connected. Hello? There you go, that's connected. You can hear the echoing coming from the S4 Active here. So the phone call underwater works. Excellent. I'm just going to end the phone call here, come out of that particular application. Let's see if we can actually input text from this Bluetooth paired keyboard with this Galaxy S4 Active underwater. So I think the easiest thing we can do is go into the messaging application again, load up a brand new text message and head down here into the message area and see if it'll enter basic text. So let's write this is a test under, if I can write, underwater. There you go. Let's see if we can put a space back in there. Does it allow us to? Oh, that went for a number 1 rather, so I mishit that. So let's try that again. Yeah, so we can jump to spaces as well as entering text, depending on how well you can type and spell underwater using a full QWERTY keyboard underwater, that is. So let's come out of this application itself and say OK to losing those changes. Next up, let's try web browsing underwater, because this device was connected to the Wi-Fi while it was out of the water. So instead of using the standard internet browser, I want to load up Chrome. Here's Chrome, so get that loaded up here and see if that connects up. It seems to load there, so let's see if you can type in, just say a simple web address like BBC, hit enter, see if it searches. No, it says you are offline. So even though we are connected to the internet via Wi-Fi, it doesn't want to display anything. I don't think Wi-Fi works on a 2.4 gigahertz frequency underwater, I think, off the top of my head. I'm not sure if that's quite strictly true, but we'll check that out later. You'll notice I'm using the swipe or the button click down and move across while underwater, because obviously I can't get my fingers in there to simulate what I would normally use to swipe across the screen. So I've enabled mobile data, so 3G network coverage through my cellular network, which is here in the UK called O2. So let's see if that works now underwater. See if I can get that going back up again and see if we can give that a refresh, see if that works. And yes, it works. So Wi-Fi underwater doesn't work, but 3G web browsing does actually work underwater. So let's see if I can scroll down the bottom. I've got this scroll bar towards the right hand side of the keyboard, where if you just scroll down or swipe your finger down on it and it scrolls through the web page, which works absolutely fine underwater. That's absolutely amazing, to be fair. So let's head over to the desktop side, see how that looks underwater. Just get that clicked on, and does that load fairly quickish underwater through O2's 3G coverage here in the UK? That seems to be pretty quick, to be fair. Yeah, that's displayed it absolutely fine and in a reasonable amount of time, considering the device is completely submerged underwater. So let's come out of this application now and see if we can load up another application that uses Wi-Fi or data over the internet as such. So let's see if we can load up, I don't know, TV catch-up we have here. So see if we can watch TV underwater via the cellular network data plan that I have. So let's see if I say not now there, and let's see what's on TV here. Let's see if we can scroll down, see if it lets me go down here. Yay, it lets me scroll via this slider towards the right hand side. So let's scroll down here, and what have we got to watch possibly on TV here in the UK? We've got Top Gear on Dave, so let's try that. And you're about to watch TV over my cellular network, if I can even get my words out here. So about to watch TV over the cellular network, see how well it copes with it. If I can skip through the ad here. That took a couple of seconds to actually buffer in there, but I'm just going to shut up for a couple of seconds, see if we can actually make out what's being said through this very small and tinny speaker at the best of times, never mind when it's fully submerged underwater here. Yeah, you can actually hear what's being said and actually make out what's being said as well. So I'm just going to come out that particular application. Speaker isn't the loudest I've ever heard, but obviously it's fully submerged underwater. Let's see how it handles some more media being thrown at it while it's underwater. So you go into the applications drawer, load up the music player, and just play one of the Jay-Z tracks I've got on here. And just make sure the volume is at its loudest while that's being played. Yeah, that's at its loudest. And as you've already heard, you can make out the audio, definitely. It's quite clear. It's not very loud, even though the volume on this handset is at its loudest, but you can definitely make out what's been said. We'll just pause that there and come out of this application as well. And as I mentioned, media, let's try, say, a movie trailer, see how it handles that underwater in terms of color reproduction. And let's try Kick-Ass 2. Music trailer, movie trailer. So music and audio still being heard perfectly fine there with no distortion whatsoever, surprisingly. While I'm here, I'm just going to make sure that volume is still at its highest. Yeah, it is, just to make sure we are hearing an accurate representation of the loudest audio coming from this Galaxy S4 active within this vase full of water here. Since it played the movie trailer fine, I think it's also going to play anything from YouTube fine as well, but I just want to see if there's major lag issues while this device is underwater, while the data is being streamed to it from my 3G network, because the TV catch-up application did stutter quite heavily. So let's see if there's much delay while we're watching, say, a YouTube film here. So let's just watch whatever we have here. First one there. You can see it took a little while there to buffer in. And see if we can go full screen. Yeah, look at that. So surprisingly, there's not much stuttering there at all. The video quality settings I'm sure I could change to HD, but let's yeah, see if we can get across. The controls are a little bit inverted because the video is all sideways, so let's see if I can change any of those and just make sure it's in HD. Click on that again, see if it re-buffers in at a slightly higher resolution. That looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Yeah, his face isn't as pixelated in this particular resolution. And it's buffered in fine, no more stuttering there, so I do like that a lot. I'm just going to come out of this application, get that paused, and come out of YouTube. The final thing that I wanted to test now is gameplay, whether or not we can play Grand Theft Auto Vice City underwater with some of the on-screen controls. It allows us to skip through the video as if we were pressing the screen. Obviously the screen becomes unresponsive underwater, so let's see. Yeah, that's clicking through okay. Let's see if it loads up. Yeah, it's skipping through the video fine. Let's resume whatever game I was in previously. I don't think I was far into this particular one. And here we go. Here's my main man, Tommy Vercetti. So let's see if we can navigate to the left hand side of the S4 active screen, see if it allows us to move the character around. Yeah, there we go, he's running around fine, as if I was pressing my finger on the screen but obviously the screen becomes unresponsive when it's underwater, so this is really the only way you can play a game underwater, that is. Or you could pair a PS3 controller with your S4 Active, but that will require routing in order for you to get better controls while using a PS3 controller there. But obviously that will be more intuitive and better than using a Bluetooth paired keyboard with your S4 Active here. But it definitely works underwater. The final thing that I wanted to test here was whether or not you could use the S Beam function while the device is underwater with another handset and receive a data through the water as such. So let's see if we can turn on S Beam. So you can see I've got my mobile data Bluetooth sync on already there. So let's turn on S Beam on the S4 Active underwater like so, and it automatically turns on NFC. So let's come out of this and we'll bring in my Galaxy S4 regular. It's not an S4 Active here. See if we can turn on NFC S Beam, which is already on. So let's see if we can get to my gallery here and choose a picture to S Beam, see if that works underwater. Yeah, that'll do as good as any. So let's touch the back. So I'm just going to put my hand inside there, turn it around, whoops, and see if that works. There we go, touch the beam, tapped on the screen itself. It says ready to share, separate the devices. So I'm just going to move away the regular S4 and turn around the S4 Active and see if that's done its job. There we go. As you can see there, S Beam does work underwater because I've transferred that image from a regular S4 along the right hand side to the S4 Active, which is currently still underwater. And that's been a look at connectivity with the Samsung Galaxy S4 Active and what you can and can't do while it's underwater. As ever, any comments or questions you guys have got, hit them up in the comment section down below there. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video and you like what you saw. And if you haven't already done so, hit subscribe. It's also down there as well. Doesn't cost you a penny. And you can also check out some of our forthcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Have a wicked day and we'll see you next time.